Okay, friends, how we doing? It's Monday, the 12th of January. What's over here? And just doing another live stream to chat. Just to chat, just to catch up. It was fun. It was fun doing the show the other day, but I figured I could sit and just chat about maybe the whatever the goings on may be in around the internet. I don't really know. And I just wanted to look around the interwebs really and see what's been going on, because I don't really follow much in the sphere of Twitter and all that anymore. Uh-oh, what happened? All right, I guess we just got to go with our normal camera. Sorry about that. What's up, Extra Zero? Let's go with that camera. Hey. Yeah, I haven't really necessarily been following what's been going on the internet. I've been keeping up with the outrage, you know. Mephisto, what's up? Yo, what the fuck? I know, right? Oh, you changed your name. It's not the longer name. Yeah, I know. I'm just out here living the best life, Mephisto. It's great. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's cloudy today, unfortunately, but still really good. Today's my Friday. You're on lunch, Extra Zero? Sweet. YouTube changed it for me. Very nice. Very nice. Beautiful. Love the avatar. Love the avatar. Yeah, I haven't been going live. I've been kind of ignoring the world at large. I deleted my other Twitter account. I actually just created an account so I can like sort of keep up, but probably not follow anyone. But I can like check in on threads and stuff. What up, Tim Hayes? What's up, brother? Yeah, man. I don't want to get too caught up in the drama, but you know, still enjoy the mess that is the internet. Pretend you can just be like one of those like Real Housewives and just talk my shit. Oh, I don't know. I mean, you know how the internet goes. I just haven't been around for anything. I haven't watched any YouTube live streams or anything over the past few months. So I'm just kind of catching up on what has been happening, what people have been thinking about everything. So yeah, I mean, but I've just been living life, enjoying life, woke drama, ripid drama, comic skate drama. Yeah, like all that stuff. I just don't follow it. I don't see it anymore. Well, I deleted my X account. Live streams can get depressing. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't like live stream anymore. And then also like I don't really watch them that much. It's too much doom and gloom, too much like just too much boo-hoo, for lack of a better term. Too much boo-hoo. Gaming news, nice. I've been training my my TikTok algorithm to start giving me like craft drink recipes and stuff. Yo, Professor Savage, Dad, what's up, man? Yeah, man, I miss you too, brother. But yeah, I've just been trying to, focus on life, focus on my career, the career or the reverting back to the career in the restaurant industry. Oh, you lost your what? Shit, bro. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm missing out on everything. Oh, it's going great. I mean, it doesn't come without its hiccups and its difficulties, but you know, my my one of my old bosses used to tell me all the time, nothing in life worth doing is easy. I've been fortunate enough to find a fucking killer job in paradise you know that pays well, but it is scary to some degree because it's so expensive, man. It's so expensive to travel. It's expensive to eat at my restaurant, but like, there is the advantage we have of like the ultra wealthy always traveling and they come to our island a lot. And like they won't leave, probably they won't stop traveling, the ultra wealthy. But I was talking to buddy yesterday. The reality is I think our restaurant and our island in general, it flourishes under like middle class travel. Like we really, like our livelihood is sort of based on how well the middle class can get around, and like we are seeing a fairly decent dip in that. And the people spending power, taking a dip is, it hurts as well. But I'm having a good time. Like it poses new challenges, and with all this, like this, I feel like living in Hawaii and managing the tourism and trying to grow your business here is much more of a fixed pie economy than anywhere else, which is, again, it's like a little scary because there's only so many people that come out here, right? It's not like on the mainland, like people can travel so seamlessly between the states, and they do. But now, like out here, it's like, well, we have a couple times a year, and there's a certain amount of people that show up, and we gotta capitalize on that. And we have to be good. We have to be like on our game. So it's a little bit different, but again, anything in life worth doing isn't easy, and this is like no exception to that. I've really enjoyed taking on the challenge. But like, decompressing from certain social media sites has been really helpful in getting like a decent fill of my mental health back. Trying to block out as many outside opinions on things and just trying to absorb stuff in my own time has been it's been so good. I can't even tell you. I enjoy it so much. I enjoy just like going to watch a movie and then talking about it with like normal people. I'm not saying that people I talk to online aren't normal. Like, don't. I shouldn't even have to clarify that. But I mean, like people who aren't like making a living off of making videos. Yeah. But no, like normies, as it were, and even people who are a bit nerdy who aren't in the YouTube space, because like even like your everyday like nerds who are like D&D players, or you know cinephiles, or whatever, like there's a big difference between people who consume content and watch movies all the time, and like people who do that and do a YouTube channel, so, or like create content based around it, and like getting in, like being involved and talking to those people is like, oh, it's so cool. Like it's so cool to not have to be like, get into a shouting match or like, be rolled or have clips made because you had a certain opinion on something. Who's making money from YouTube? Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I used to make like decent, like pay a couple bills, like pay my internet bill kind of money, which I, it made me not turn in a fucking profit, like, but hey, I was happy with it. I digged it. I was digging it. Um, but no, like it's great to to go and watch these movies. Like went and watched the new SpongeBob movie with my boys. Had fun with it. It was cute. Um, was laughing out loud with them. Yeah, no, you're right, Mephisto. Oh no, and like stepping away from a lot of it, definitely happier for it. Um, like I do miss the banter to some degree, without a doubt. But yeah, it all comes down to like it's just not for me. Just not for me. Simple as, simple as. It certainly takes a certain kind of person to dive into these subjects day after day and you know dissect them day after day and complain, or even like the people who glaze every single Marvel movie and uh like A24 or whatever, like even that is exhausting because those are like, I would say that's just on the opposite side of like, oh hey, like we're just going to pay you to read this script every time. And like that has to wear on you as a creator. And like, oh well, I don't really feel this way. Like, sure, the money is great and all, but like, I don't know. Like I see some creators that used to be like young kids and like used to look at their content and be like, oh, this is pretty authentic and cool from someone who's not in the industry. And now I see all their clips and it's like all sponsored. It's all over the top, like glazing. And I'm just like, oh, like that's kind of weird. Hey, good for you, man. Yeah, sometimes you just need the new year to like reset you. I've been reading a lot. I've been reading a lot of books, and that has been like it's been so nice. Like consuming books that like a lot of people say are good that I've that I've come to now enjoy and love, finding new books, going and finding some hidden gems if I can. It's just not done enough. Just kept the live the live show going. It's been rough, but because of IRL, not internet. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't. I'll be honest. I haven't even paid attention in like the geopolitics and like what's going on there. You know, I mean, I keep hearing free Palestine, but that's about it. That's about it. Like people I know. So, or people like not yeah, people I know of, and I work with. Yeah, true. I haven't done my own thing in a while. You should, dude. I gotta say, like, I think the majority of people just need time for themselves and to do their own thing. I think one of the hardest things that hit YouTube, while we were trying it out, was the fact that everyone was trying to do their live show and trying to replicate, one winning formula, and it, there's just there's only so much you can do, and we all sort of like backed ourselves into a corner of um like this is the kind of content we need to make, we need to do it. We need to make fools of ourselves. We need to look silly. And like, I think it worked for a few, but at the end of the day, the audience becomes tired, and like they're going to pick the ones obviously that are overall being able to put their content out there as much as possible. And if like you're putting out 4 or 5 videos a week plus doing a live show, like, that's regular content that people are seeing, and you're picking up others around the internet, not just your regulars. Whereas like the working class of YouTube is just like, we're here for fun and we just want to yell at the screen. And I never did figure out a good formula for me. I tried not to do the same shit everyone else did. Yeah, and that like that becomes the pitfall, unfortunately, is that people always like, even I tried it for a long time. It's like, oh, my method is having no method. I'm just gonna get on here whenever I want and just do something and talk. But like, as much as that sounds good, like people do want structure, and people are creatures of habit. They want to see certain things, and people feel a certain way when you agree with them. Yeah, no, it's cool. And like I'm glad I sort of just took off and did my own thing. It took me like literally moving 3,000 miles to be like, ugh. But quite honestly, it was hurting my marriage too. Like, if I think I may have talked about this a little bit, but like my content creation was hurting my marriage, and it strained me and stressed me out to a point where it was like, you know, I just can't. It's not sustainable. Like, my family is way more important to me than getting on and talking with people. And like I will play video games, and I will stream them from time to time on Twitch, and but like I probably won't ever go back to making like doing live streams at the rate that I was. It's just not healthy or good. Oh, I play Megabonk. Apparently my new what? Apparently my new Twitter account is just got flagged or something. That's weird. I do play Megabonk. It's one of my favorite games right now. It's really, really good. I like those types of games. So yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I got rid of my old X account, which I'm kind of bummed I did. Authenticate. Move the person. What? I don't even, using the arrows, move the person to the indicated seat. Oh, I was like, what? Yeah, I love Megabonk. Love it. I saw what's his name? I saw Brahmable playing it like in his like on my friends list. I'm like, what is this? So I checked out the Steam page, and I was like, oh yeah, let's go. So, but yeah. It is crazy though. Like, I do see I mean, you still see all the news that comes up on my feeds and everything. And I don't know, man. I just see this. And like and actually the reason I ignore a lot of what's going on still is because I'm like, I don't have the time to look over all this stuff. People want to talk about this or that and all the tragedies going around. And I'm like, quite honestly, I was like, you don't have enough information and I don't have enough information. And I'm not going off of what some Facebook thread says or like one article from Jubilee or Wired or like even, Fox News. Like I can't go off of one headline. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I just like I'd rather talk about all the games I'm playing, the stuff I'm trying to learn, and this is just or like the books I'm reading. I've been reading like crazy and watching movies and TV and like I'd rather just talk about that stuff and be like, this is what I like about it. This is cool. Like I just watched that whole Pluribus show and was like fucking floored by how good it was. And I'm like, cool, great. Like I'm glad we got something new. We've all been asking for like a new original show, and we finally got it. And I didn't see anybody talking about it. What are you trying to learn? I'm working on project management, professional coursework. I'm just like between coding and like 3D modeling, like just that, like in my spare time. But I got to be careful because my job, I'm trying not to like sacrifice time on my job. Like, when you get a career going, like you have to spend your time developing your skills there. I have a whole bunch of stuff that, I have to develop my restaurant team. If you're a 3D modeling, maybe get a printer. I want to do it for like game design. Like I'm not trying to print anything necessarily, though. It would be kind of fun. I'm sure my kids would love to get like 3D models printed. They would probably think that was amazing. But for now, it's just like 3D models. But I don't know. Yeah, like again, I'm trying to develop my restaurant team just to be better at what they do. And, again, like develop my own skills at developing. Does that make like it's really important to me that we have the very best crew. And you know, there's like a fine line you walk between like developing that team and being like a micromanager and doing work for other people, which is again another line I'm trying to walk where like I don't want to micromanage everything that people are doing, but certain things need to be like reeled in, make sure it's been done properly, and then disciplinary action when necessary. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you have like when you have so much that you want to do, like time you can't get time back. So all the time you spend doing one thing is less time you have to do another. So yeah, it just comes down to like, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to spend my time playing video games tonight? Because if I play video games, I can't work on my 3D, or I can't read, or if I'm going to play video games and read, I can only play video games for 45 minutes and then probably read for 15 because then I'm going to fall asleep. You know. Yeah, like leadership training and some focus on restaurant leadership. Yeah, like there's plenty of stuff out there, but a lot of it becomes like it's like too many, like all the stuff that comes out is like these, I don't want to say empty platitudes, but it's like they're just saying the same thing over and over again. It's hospitality, it's like elevating your service. Service is a transaction. They want food, you get it, blah, 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 blah. Hospitality is adding your human flair to it. It's blah, blah, blah. So it becomes a bit like, all right, like say it like a sales pitchy, which they're not wrong. You're not wrong at all, or they're not wrong. But again, it's like, like a lot of it is just a time management thing, and then a lot of it is just setting your team up for success. Like, here's all the information you need to know. I have it written down for you. These are the expectations that we want you to have. Like, I want you to have these expectations of your job. Here it is, ABC, black and white. But that has to happen from like day one, and then you can continue to enforce those. Like, so day one, someone walks in for training, they know that they're held to this standard, and you got to keep holding them to that standard. And it sucks because when someone falls short of that, it's like, okay, what do I do now? Do I let them just not do it? Or do I like send them home, make them go get a new uniform or get whatever? Or do I play Mr. Nice Guy and let them, let it slip through the cracks? But then I have to let everyone else slip through the cracks because the next person who doesn't be like, well, you didn't send that person home. Holy shit. It's right. Understanding their goals, making sure you set baseline expectations and then build on or add to what their own personal goals are. Yeah. It's hard. And all this stuff is done, like in a restaurant, it's done in like such real time, like you're doing it like boom, 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 boom. And a lot of stuff can't be seen or fixed or challenged until you are like in it and see it. Because, honestly, this is one of my issues is I got to get better at like writing down the things that I see that are wrong in the moment. So if something is off in a shift, I need to write that down. So the next day I can make sure that I, put it all in my notes to talk about at our pre-shift meeting, which I just realized, fuck. All right. Sorry about that. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, I miss hanging out with you guys. I really do. I miss hanging out with my online crew and seeing how everyone's doing, because like there's, I don't know, there was so much that I, built with you guys. I realize that I need to be more blunt in defining things from day one. I do understand, like, you drop in somewhere new as a leader and you have no idea what the fuck is happening, where things are at, who you are, dealing with how to approach them. It makes it hard to day one define expectations because shaking up the status quo can derail shit. Yeah, but that also goes to like setting boundaries, right? Like knowing when and how to set boundaries. But it's important because you really do have to do it as a leader. Like this is what This is the expectation. Like, I have to set it. But again, that fine line of like, hey, I'm not here to like really shake up the status quo, but this is like the expectation I have of the job. We're going to do our best to transition to that. I know you've been used to this, but we need to get, like, we're here at point A. We need to get to point B within the next couple of weeks, if not sooner, because that's the task I've been given. And, it always sounds like kind of shitty and like, not unprofessional, but like, I don't know the word, but that's just how it is as a leader and as a, someone in a leadership position. It has to be done. And you just got to let them know, but also perform the fact that you will be there with them to do it. I'm in the trenches with you. I know what it's like to be here. I know it's not easy, but I will do everything I can to make sure the transition is smooth. And, even if you've already been there for years and now like are stepping into this role and switching things up, it's like, hey, this is where we were before, but, mandates have come down from on high, and I have to, we've been given this task of X, Y, and Z, and we all just got to be on the same page. Hi, Sonia. Thank you. Yeah, so far so good. We're just hanging out. I know it's a weird time for everyone. I don't expect a lot of people to show up, but I figured people can watch afterwards. What up, Devastator? What's up, brother? Yeah, I know it's a really, really weird time. It's early in the morning for me, but it's like middle of the day for everybody else. Middle to later afternoon. But I love it. I love it. 9 a.m. for me right now. Still a little chilly. Andy showed up, but he's cooking potatoes. You love to see it. Mike has bad knees, and he is in the house, though. What's going on, Mike? Good to see everyone. Always a pleasure to see my old friends. It's noon where Mike is. So Mike's on the West Coast. We know that. Everyone, link up your satellites. We got to find Mike. He's on the West Coast. Bro, I've been on Twitter now for about 20 minutes again on a burner account. I already hate it. I already hate it. Thank you, Sonia. Appreciate you, love. Go do your work. You can watch the replay later if you want. Leave me a comment. If it's 12, he is in Mount. Oh yeah. I guess it is. I guess that's true. I forgot we fell back. Just click on nothing but AI cat videos for a few hours and it will clear up your algorithm. Oh, Dan Bilzerian's at the top of my feed right now. I don't believe the Ice Age. Oh, this whole thing with one of the real problems with the whole like shooting in Minnesota is like it's really hard to comment on if you have never been in a situation where a car might run you over. Because, like, I certainly don't want the woman to lose her life, but also, like, she shouldn't be trying to, like, run down a federal officer, or at least trying to, like, gun it while he's in the front of the car. Like, there's ways to try and, if you really, like, need to get away, there's ways to get, like, out without, like, vroom, vroom. Like, come on now. Like, don't be stupid. looking to move to Texas, so I got San Antonio real estate videos. Nice, bro. Nice. I don't know. But so many people, like you see, like they want to give like one side of like all of these scenarios, and it's like one girl I went to high school with, she's like all of a sudden is like a professional on like ICE rules and regulations. And I was like because so people I went to high school with, they're talking to each other in this thread. And this one guy was like, like I feel for her, and like this, like God bless her family, and I hope, whatever. But like, why wasn't she at work that day? Why was she like breaking the law and doing this and doing that? And then she goes on this rant of like, well, under subsection, he shouldn't have to pull it. Like he has no right to pull his gun. And blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, when did you what? Like this is what I mean. It's like so you read an article that probably told you all this stuff, and you're pretending just as much as any other person that you have some advanced knowledge on rules and regulations that ICE have to follow. Like it's as simple as a federal agent asks you to stop, pull over. You just follow that. Why on earth would you try and do anything other than that? Am I crazy? Am I the crazy one? Right. Just at home, mind your own business. Or, like a real protester, you get in the way, you get arrested, and that's that. She was at work. She was a paid protester. Yeah. I did hear that, is that it's likely that she was a paid protester, which that's cringe. Anyone going to be a paid protester, I think, is pretty cringe. Like go and protest for sure, like on the weekends. But like, I don't know. It's crazy. And then, and I guess the other thing that I could probably just mention, because I don't know a lot about it, but like again, it's worth bringing up as just something that I think is a concern when it comes to the Nick Shirley stuff, and him discovering that some of these daycare centers are likely receiving money, and they're not actually daycare centers. Now, if they're actually daycare centers, great. Like, I'm glad they get the money they need for what they're trying to do. If they're not daycare centers and there's fraud to the extent that there's fraud, that's a humongous crime that everybody should be upset about. And if the shoe were on the other foot, we'd be saying the same thing. If a bunch of MAGA retards were, collecting a bunch of money to like run a mega church or whatever, and it was like your taxpayer dollars, and they were receiving as and there was fraud in that, these people would be doing the same exact thing. And so would I. I'd be like, that's fucking bullshit. Nobody should be taking our taxpayer dollars and getting money from it and pretending that they're running a business. Fuck you. Sorry. So, Okay, cooking potatoes, cooking. If she was running away, she abandoned her wife. If it wasn't attempted, why did the wife get out of the car and say, drive, baby, drive, to get out of danger? I don't know. Like, it's just like there's a lot of stuff not adding up, and there's always people leaving out details to like sort of push their own message and like what they believe happened, but the worst part of it is like the news will not report on every single detail. They'll still only report on the details that support the message that they want to push, which is the most frustrating part of it all. What's funny is that, let me bring that up. What's funny is that he never actually discovered the fraud. The local Minneapolis news stations have been reporting on it for years. If anything, it just reinforced the idea that the legacy media is dead. Yeah, they're just inept. They're completely inept, and they won't go after people like that because it doesn't look good for them. It looks like they're targeting and profiling, and that's why when the news finally reported on it, it wasn't about the fraud. It was about MAGA influencer, right? That is harassing these businesses. You see the body cam video and hear her hitting the guy with her car. See, I didn't see it. I haven't really watched. I saw like a slowed down clip of it, and like that's enough for me. I don't really feel like watching someone get shot in the face 3 times. Someone said that like they were like the one thing I saw with the body cams was that one of them or someone says like stupid bitch apparently after it all happened. And like here's the thing, do I think that if that's true, do I think that that's what he should have said? No. But like when you have that much adrenaline pumping through you, if like a car is almost hitting you and you have to stop, and like before you see anything, like before you realize that the person might be like dead. Oh, and that the officer also fled the scene. Like if that's true, again, that's something that needs to be looked into. And if he did flee the scene, another problem. But if he fled the scene to like turn himself in, that's a totally different thing. And again, it would be context left out of the whole reporting. Darkopter says, Tim Walz dropping out before the campaign makes him look more guilty after the fraud exposure. Oh, for sure. For sure. It does not look good for him. I think one of the guys to the side of the car, not the best thing to say, sure, but shit, in that scenario, I can see it. No, and that's what I mean is like to me, that's what I'm thinking is if I almost just get run over by a car and like that might be the first thing, like, oh, like stupid bitch, like what's she doing? Like I can have a filthy mouth when like when shit's going sideways. So I just took him out of the scene. And that's, again, details that need to be reported. And it's the one thing that always like gets me about these news stories is that like even someone like even a station like Fox News or any of these like more in between news stations needs to report on this stuff fully. I don't care if it's a 45-minute news segment. You need it. People need to hear the sequence of events all the way through, because right now you're getting sound bits from left-wing media that just paints the ICE agent as really bad and not doing his job properly. And you get the right wing that is not putting everything in the full context either. And that's just as bad. Like you need to show all of it. What's up, Davina? All of it from beginning to end. You can't stop. And that is what we're missing from our media nowadays is a full on account of these things that are happening and not just a quick 30-second soundbite. 4 minutes before she was a stupid bitch blocking the road. If she wanted Somalis to escape, the sidewalk have ice so they can't run. Ice as in frozen water. Oh. It's just frustrating. Journalists are supposed to be objective and unbiased. Right. Well, yeah, and that's the other part of it is you're just not seeing that anymore. And either side, man, either side. And I get that like conservatives are frustrated with how the leftist controlled media is not doing their job, but the answer is not to be just as less truthful. Like you need all of the information, objective and unbiased. There's a lot of right-wing influencer and journalists that do the same exact shit. And that's the most frustrating part of like watching a lot of the stuff unfold. It's like I'm glad that some of these right-wing influencers are gaining traction and or journalists, but they need to back off the their own bias and trying to push, and not editorialize, because it happens way too much. Oh man. But yeah, it's so tough though nowadays. Like it's so tough because it's one side versus the other. Just a modern, it's a modern like civil war with the news. The New York Post is outing all of these like people who are donating to the ICE agent, and then everyone who's donating to what's her name for getting shot. Like $1.6 million has been raised for her. Again, like people can do what they want, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't help her family out, but again, like like so much of this stuff is just crazy to me. Everyone eager to seize the moment to get something over the other side, right? Well, it's like people's bodies can't even like become like, people's bodies are still warm and people are just collecting on this. And that's the most vile shit of it all. Like all these celebrities, like with their pins and everything, like, dude, let her body cool before you fucking use it as your platform. Like, fuck you, Ruffalo. Like, sorry to say, like, I like some of the movies that Ruffalo's in, but like, he's just the most insufferable celebrity at this point. She has not family really. She didn't have custody of most of her kids because of abuse. Ooh. To Drive Baby Drive, I think, is behind the Give Send Go. Her family won't see that money. That's fucked up. Again, but you won't hear. That's the thing, is you won't probably hear anything about that. And if anyone does, it'll turn into like, oh, that's a hate crime. You hate lesbians. Like, just let her love. Like, love is love. Guaranteed. That's what you're going to hear from people who try and bring up, like, if that ever happened. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's what I mean is like, that is where we're at in the world, is like everything that happens that's like public is brought out in the open. And it's like, oh my God, can't you just go about your life? A huge anti-ICE protest in New York. Oh, yesterday. Okay. Well, at least it was on a Sunday, right? Well, what was this? I saw celebrities moving out of the United States as well. I'm like Tina Turner. What does love have to do? Oh, dude, I heard, with the kids, the kids was about cigarette burns, wasn't it? I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. I heard that very same thing. Like, it's wild, man. I'll be honest, like with the whole immigration and like ICE thing, I don't want people to get hurt. I'll just like say right now, like, I don't want people to get hurt. I want people to be law abiding citizens. I don't care who comes here to the US, but like, there's a lot of people who came here who came here legally, who spent years trying to become American citizens. And for all of a sudden, this generation of politicians to think that all these people can just jump the line while everyone else had to wait and test and, spend years becoming American, I think it's just wrong in and of itself. And there's plenty of immigrants who think the same way. It's just not like, it's not me saying like, oh, like I'm morally superior and I'm white and I'm better and I belong here. No, I'm saying like, I feel for the people who spent time trying to get here. And now, like, now that we're enforcing our, what was once a very like liberal idea from, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. Now that we're enforcing that as like on the Republican side, it's abhorrent. It's awful. We shouldn't be doing. Oh my God, how could love is love, and human is human, and no borders. And it all falls apart under scrutiny anyway, because none of these people are actually against borders. They want their private property. They're not opening their doors to anybody. Nobody. And until I see that, until I see like all of my liberal friends like welcome in, like like you want, okay, why don't you volunteer? Why don't you start a website or a 501c3 that places all these immigrants in private homes? Okay, you start a 501c3 that is placing all of these people in private homes, and that, because open borders, right? Because every immigrant needs a home. Like, what, why not? And that's the worst part about it. I even know people that are like, oh, can you believe it? It's like, well, yeah, it sucks that these motherfuckers, like, why these people are like getting hurt or some dying like that. Nobody wants that. But I also don't want like people just fucking like, I rent this property. I don't want someone just coming in here and sleeping down in my basement. Call me crazy. Call me crazy, y'all. Yeah, and I don't want to say that, Professor Savage, but like I get where you're coming from. Right. Yeah, and the system can't support it. Yeah, and there's so many, like even out here, like there's so many jobs that like, a lot of people are just, they're downsizing because we don't have the tourism. We're down from last year. Oh, child abuse. Yeah, totally. I'm going to grab some coffee, guys. I'll be right back. It's possible for both things to be true. The driver was a horrible person, but her death was still regrettable. No, and I think that's what I wish most of all that people could like level with, is that like both things can be true. And there's so often like the criticisms that the left and right have, they're both right. They're both correct. But like for some reason they can't like realize that like, well, you can be right and this other person can be right. And, hey, here we go. Let's shake hands. None of it's good. Nobody wants like someone to die. Do you still own shoes now that you're a Hawaiian? Oh, I'm not a Hawaiian, but I do have shoes because I need to wear those for work. But I wear my slippers quite often. It's the reason I want ICE to be changed to thrice, 3 times as many. Too many immigrants hurt kids and traffic them. That's one of the biggest things with undocumented immigrants is the child in the trafficking of women. But hey, we don't, who cares, right? I agree. Like she didn't have to die, and thankfully the court had saved 2 of her other kids. Frankly, her and her lover should have been in jail for the abuse. Yeah, for abuse like that, if it is like cigarettes, like that's fucking awful. It's too easy to just run and go to a better place. I know things are terrible in other places. Yeah, I mean, the grass is always greener for a time. The job market is rough with all the fake jobs and ghost jobs that artificially inflate the job markets. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, and that's the thing is like, and the thing about this comment though, even Davina, is like it won't happen overnight, but like there is a slow descent towards that if you let it go unchecked for too long. Um, because the places that the places that these politicians volunteer as their like sanctuary cities, they slowly descend into more impoverished cities, and like you turn places that were once pretty good and okay to places that are not okay because the infrastructure cannot support it. It doesn't happen overnight, but the problem is that this will happen. Like these politicians will let it happen, and then by the time it all takes hold, they won't be in power anymore, and they won't have to deal with it. So who cares, right? Right, and but like, or they use like things like I don't even know the right word for it, but oh wait, you don't like they're appealing to emotion, right? Oh, you don't care about these, you don't care about people from the third world getting a better life. Like, no, of course I do, but hello, like all people ever talk about, like when it comes to like foreign wars, they'll be like, why can't we got to fix what's at home first? Yeah, no shit. Now apply that same logic to our borders. Like people talk all the time about engaging in foreign wars and trying to help all these other other nations through force of violence. Well, you're doing the same thing just without the force of violence. You're trying to help other nations and other people when you can't even feed your own people. Like, hello. When you have kids or a career, something to lose, they hold it over you. Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Oops. The U.S. was isolationist until Pearl Harbor, generally speaking. Yeah, I don't know if I can. I don't know. I guess that's true. I mean, we were involved in World War One, but I guess that was because we had to be. I don't even remember this. I always forget the circumstances surrounding World War One. But yeah, CIA like is pretty bad. They're everywhere now, but multiple three-letter agencies. Oh man, that's rough, man. I know you were doing well too. One of you is the CIA. No, there's definitely without a doubt. I mean, they can see everything that's typed for sure. I'm sure every time the CIA pops up in a chat, they're getting a ping somewhere. There was even a guy I watch. There's a guy who comes across my TikTok feed every now and then who built. He has like an AI that he has, and it's connected to the internet, obviously, and he programmed it to like give him a warning every single time that like a more global warning goes off about certain subject matter. And I forget what they were talking about, but it kept going and going. Like he couldn't go like one or like a few words without the AI being like um warning, warning. It was crazy. Um but yeah, We just hit an hour. I think we'll cut it there. I had a lot of fun chatting with you guys today. But I have a couple things I got to do. I do have a work day today. And I'll probably just cruise a little bit and play some video games beforehand. But I really appreciate everyone who hung out and stopped by. It's always a lot of fun just catching up, but I'll do what I can to drop in here once a week at least and, do my thing because I really like it. And when the wife's at work, it's good to just unwind. And hey, maybe over time, Talk Story will become a thing that we can all enjoy and we can just wrap out. But yeah, Professor Savage, good luck on the job hunt. Andy, thanks for stopping in. Davina, you as well. We had Tim Hayes stop by. Mephisto was in here earlier. Extra Zero dropped in. Who else did I miss? Did I miss anyone else? Darkopter was here. Mike Has Bad Knees was here. And the Devastator and Sonia. Thanks so much. If you guys think about it, come back later on, drop me a comment on this video, get the algorithm pushing it through, let everyone know I'm back, just sort of chatting with people on a weekly basis. Anyways, appreciate you guys. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.